Technically it's not work, but it's something that I do on here. Every year I hold a charity clay shoot for the National Gamekeepers Organisation, and these two gentlemen here who shoot at Bush Springs have kindly helping me in maintaining the traps. Mike there and Mike there, very experienced in traps. They maintain the traps at Bush Springs. So they're just coming here now. They're going to go through every trap, check it all, make sure it's working, greased up, the cables are all working. So when we load them back on and we take them up the field for the clay shoot, we know everything will be working. And it's very easy to take them off with one of these rather than hump them off by hand.
5.
Hang on. 5, yeah.
Change the sweat into goodness.
So you're not enjoying it then?
Lovely. No, it's very challenging today, very challenging.
Very challenging.
We've got to let the little ones beat us, that's what I'm doing today. Being a big man.
Perfect.
And the
That's
girls.
Yeah,
what I'm
good.
doing.
Good man, good
That's
man.
what I'm trying.
So I've just had a little look round, everything seems to be going on. Wind slightly playing effect, especially on that stand 3, but we've got David White here from Longacre Shooting Ground, who's very kindly come up here, and he's with his lovely wife Tracy, who's doing all the hard work. And for those that don't know, David is literally just down the road, what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, we're 15 minutes in the village of Great Wilbraham, just outside Newmarket. So yeah, we're minutes away from here, all the end.
So it's another clay ground that sort of started up. People might recognise it as Sam Grice's old ground, but you've had it, what, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years now,
2
yeah.
years.
So but we're different to Sam. Sam is just a shooting school, which we are midweek, and then Fridays and Saturdays it's open to all you know, all are welcome. We've got sport trap and we've got English sporting, all in the woods. It's changed a lot since Sam had it. Bless him. No doubt he would have gone that way if he could, but you know, he was getting on a bit, and so we've done it for him. So yeah.
Yeah, good. So one of the next jobs that I want to do, we've got the release pen all shut, all the wire, all the posts, everything's done now. And one of the jobs that I need to do is knapsack. It's got, I don't know what modern day terms, but it's got Roundup in it. Just go round the outside where the electric fence wire is, and just spray. So by the time we come to need it, which will be in about another month, 6 weeks time, all the like rubbish, grass, whatever it might be around there, has all died off and clear. So the electric fence is running about, I don't know, about 8 to 10 inches away from the wire, about same distance in height, all the way around the pen, and it's not going to be earthing out, arcing out, whatever it might be, wasting it and draining the battery down. So if anything comes along and it touches it, it's going to give it a right sharp jolt, keep it away from the pen. So we'll get the knapsack on, and we'll head off. that's that job done. It's only a 5-minute job, but it has to be done. When I come back here now to finalise the preparation for the arrival of the birds, there should be a nice bit, probably that wide, all the way around the pen, so the electric fence can run freely round it. And also, when you've got birds coming out, because it's a nice clear channel round the outside of the pen, they tend to run through it a lot easier, lock down it, so when they get to the pop holes, they just slide in the pop holes. So that's that job done now. We'll just move on to the next pen. Well, we'll just come up, just have a look at the covers. Encouraging signs. This was drilled on 30th of May, and we're now second week in June. So I'm quite happy with this. You know, we've got these two leaf or 3 leaf stage now, and you can just see up the rows now. So if you look up there, you can see the rows coming nicely. I mean, this is a poor acidy bit of ground here, but I'm still happy with what I'm seeing. Things look like this. Another row there that's just coming up. This wasn't sprayed with Roundup because this will get a post-emergent spray, which then hopefully will take all the rubbish out when we do it. But the maize will need to be sort of like that sort of height, probably 4 or 5 leaf stage before we come on and spray it. So we'll just have a look at the bit across the track, which is a wild bird cover, and we'll see how that's getting on. So this is a wild bird piece of cover. As you can see here, it's coming quite good there in the rows. There's a little bit of buckwheat already showing there. There's some sorghum in there, or dwarf sorghum. There's a few other seeds. But if you look here, you can see the thistles now, basically they're dead. So, I mean, they're a hardy sort of like plant, but they got sprayed on the Saturday, and I drilled this on the Monday. So they're well and truly on the way out now. So this will be a nice clean bit. In another couple of 3 weeks time, this will be clean. But also with the seed that we put in here, if needs be later on, because this is one block here that does get a lot of foxtail millet, we can actually spray that out now. So because of the seed that I've worked with Oak Bank, we can put in here now, compatible to the scheme that we're in, but we can also spray it. So, but at the moment things are looking good. I'm really pleased to see this. So could do with another shower, then sunshine. So we've got chicks coming in obviously, and just now getting the sheds ready. So just putting some shavings in the bottom. I do like the blue frog ones because they're big shavings. I've had all the dust and the small little bits taken out of them, so I've been using them now for quite a few years now, so I'm fairly confident I can put the birds onto them straight away and I don't get any problems with them. So we're just going to put some in each shed. So I've got another couple of feeders to go in here as well down the farm, but we've got these 4 here. I've got drinkers. I'll start them off with these sort of like, I don't know what you call what the actual name is, but so we'll put that round here, these round here. Then after a day or two, and I know they're feeding and drinking, then I'll introduce some automatic drinkers in here. After about the first sort of week, you know, and I know that they're then used to the automatic drinkers, I can then probably start taking these out, and then I'll be letting the birds out of there into the night shelter for the first time. So but this is sort of like a rough idea, basic idea of how I start the birds off, with those like that, dotted around here, you know, all around where the heat is. So that's the first shed, and I'll bring the grub in later on. I'll put the grub in here now, but I don't put the drinkers in until I literally sort of come in here the morning. I'm going to pick the chicks up, put the drinkers in, get them all done, and then go and pick the chicks up, come back, light the heater, because it doesn't take too long to get these sheds warm. Light the heater, put the chicks in, shut the door, shut the window up, and then leave them for a little while. Do all the other sheds, come back and check this one, make sure everything's all right. So just to sort of give you an idea, I sprayed this probably 10 days ago now. As you can see, it's having a good effect on the outside of the pen. So chicks are coming in here. Most of the chicks out of here will go into here, and this is, like I say, this by the time I mean, we're looking at another 6-7 weeks before they go in here. So this will all be dead. This will all be died down, gone. It'll give me a free run with the electric fence around the outside, and if the birds start getting out, then they know, you know, they can follow the outside of the pen into the pop holes, which is here, and get back in. So I'll put a bit of wire over the top of this, but there's a gap about 8 inches below, so birds can come along the edge of the wire, underneath, and through the pop hole into the pen, back into the pen. So that's that job. Now we're just going to do the last shed, get that done. Because this shed's a lot bigger in space, floor space, than the other ones, I'm just putting these surrounds in here, and just for the first, probably they'll be in here for, we get the chicks on a Tuesday. I'll start taking them out Saturday stroke Sunday, depending on weather, but because it's a bigger shed, I have these surrounds here to concentrate the heat right where I need it, and whereas the other sheds, because of the size of the sheds, I put probably some more shavings in the corners, but because of the size of the sheds, the heaters heat the whole shed up quite quickly and quite well. But in here, because it's a bigger shed, we just need to concentrate that heat over the chicks for the first 4 or 5 days. So that's what we're doing here. So I'm just going to get some shavings now, put in here, and then put the feeders and the drinkers. The drinking system and all the feeding system's all the same. We've got automatic drinkers there, which will go in when these surrounds will come down. They'll go in there, and we've got some chick drinkers just there. Like I say, after about 2 or 3 days, I'll introduce them to them, put one of them in here. So eventually we get them onto automatic drinkers, and we take the small plastic ones away, and then from then onwards, all the way through their rearing time, they're on automatic drinkers. Just makes life a little bit easier. So that's all the shavings down. I'm just going to get some grub now, put some grub in there, just put some, like I say, put the food in the trays, and then when I go and pick the chicks up tomorrow, I'll come in here first thing, put the water in, get that sorted out, go up and pick the chicks up, put the chicks in, well, light the gas, then put the chicks in, and then just keep an eye on them then for the next hour or two, like come up here, or even just possibly stay here, just make sure everything's all right, because sometimes if the temperature goes up, which if we get a really hot day, these sheds become very, very warm, and it might be a case of like undoing some windows, you know, or undoing the doors, get some air in there to keep that temperature at a level that's acceptable for the birds. But you know, that's all something that you can't say or you can't do until the time they're here, until you can see what's going on. So when I put the grub in, although they're fairly big trays, I don't put too much in. This is my little theory. With these trays, if you can see, birds will get in there, and I like to think that when they see that, them single bits against the red of the floor, they've got something to pick at. If you fill it right up, like that, it's just another grey area. So, you know, and they might not sort of like know, you know, where to start picking. So something like that, where there's bits there that they can see, and then they start picking at it. Once one or two starts picking at it, the others will copy. So that's how I so that's all the grub they'll get. There'll be another, like I say, I'm going to get another feeder, but that's all I put on a tray, is something like that. So like the one at the back there, you can see all the little bits of crumb separately on the floor of the tray, and that's what the pheasants are looking at. But I'll be coming in here first 2 or 3 days. I'll be coming in near enough every hour, just keeping an eye, just checking things, keeping an eye on things, until I know that they are feeding and they are using the drinkers. Once I know they're using the drinkers, then I'll put the automatic drinkers in, and then hopefully things will be okay. So we've just been down to the hatchery. Been using the same hatcheries now for a long time, down in Collishaw, Essex. And we've just picked up our batch of day olds. These are the result of our catching hen birds up earlier in the year and swapping them for day olds. So that time has finally come. And these are the last boxes, or the last box actually to be put in the shed. Dainty in the box, plus a couple. Now, like I said, I don't fill the trays up to start with lots of crumb, because they want to be able to see the crumb against the tray. They see that, they see a bit of there, and they'll peck at it, you know. You know, I've got 4 of these drinkers, I've got I don't know how many trays in here, feed trays in here, and it's just, I mean, like them birds there now, there's birds there already just having their first drink, which I like to see straight away. You know, birds drinking straight away and they're pecking on the trays straight away. So what we'll do now, we'll just shut the door, shut the windows, keep it warm in here. Although the temperatures are warm outside, they do need to be kept warm in here. And we'll come back shortly and see how they're getting on. So those chicks to me look absolutely fine, moving about and having a drink, having a feed. They've got that, the red drink feeder over there. It looks like that's becoming a bit of a favourite because they're already, you can see they're clearing this side, the left hand side of that feed, there's nothing on it at all, so they're picking a bit, so that's the time now to just go and sprinkle some more on it. Yeah, they seem fine. Just nip off now, do another couple of jobs and then come back here and I'll just change the water and just check the grub, make sure everything's all right, and then go and have some tea. So we're got day olds in and now they're settled in and on the way. Next job is to get all these sections out here for partridge runs around the fields, and we've just got one or two that we put aside when we brought them in last year that just needs a bit of repair, like this one, the wire had split, so we just put a little bit of wire on. Bodge and Leggett is our company name, but it gets us through. And once we've got all these done, then next job is to start getting these out onto the covers, put up, nets on, electric fence around, ready for the arrival of partridge poults, which will be end of July, which at the moment is about 4 weeks away. So repair the pen sections, get them out in the covers, get them up, get them ready, wait for the next batch of arrivals. So we're still doing a few repairs and getting the odd section. When we put them away last year, we put all the good ones in a row, and then all the ones that needed some work done we put to the side, which is what we're doing today. But I'm also on here, I'm going to add like a pop hole. Once they're in the pens, or once the birds are in the pens in the maze and the covers, I often find that if you've got a pop hole or a slide door on your pen section, when you come to letting partridges out, if you're letting them into maze, sort of 6, 7 or 5, 6, 7 foot maze, if you just go one side of the pen, lift the pop hole up, and then just gently walk around the other side, they'll tend to run out and run down the maze. Because in the past, in other ways of letting them out, I've seen that when you let them out, they just come out and they go, poof, gone. And you watch partridges probably fly the best they'll ever fly, but they disappear out of sight, and I don't like that. So, but with a pop hole in, just lift the pop hole out, gently let them out. So I don't know how many you let out at a time, but I'll probably let 100, 150 out in one go. Just watch them out, shut the pop hole, come away, drive away, leave the pen as it is. When you come back, they're all chirping around the pen, lovely. So that's my little theory here, and that's what we're doing here. So that's another product on the production line of Bodgett and Leggett. Just needs a bit of career soap now, and job's a good one on that one. So we've just got to finish off a little bit of wire, and that's another section off the production line. So we're just having a little bit of a change around. It's Sunday morning, birds have been in here 6 days, and they need to come out of these surrounds into the big shed. So we're just going to shaven up the rest of the shed, take all the drinkers and feeders out, give them a clean, put them back in. We're also going to be mixing some, like the first stage up from the crumb. So we've got mini pellets. They're going to be mixed into the grub to introduce them to the mini pellets. So we'll get on there, get it all sorted out, and let them have the big shed. So any keeper that's ever opened a bag of pheasant food will know this situation. It'll either work or it won't. Oh. That was quite painless. You do get in a situation where you think the person who's actually putting this string in to tie the bag up puts a deliberate double knot in, because you end up cutting it all the way along, or basically you end up just ripping the bag open because it gets to you so bad. But that one was not too bad. And what we've got in here, it's the first step up from crumb, so that's mini pellets. So there's that there, and I'll just get some crumbs in there. So there's a crumb. So this is what they've been used to feeding on, it's what they've been from day one, and this is what we're going to change them to now. So mix them all up together like that. That's like that. So we'll do that. We've got a few more bags of starter crumb left. We'll keep mixing them up until all the crumb's gone, and then hopefully by then they'll be used to feeding on the pellets. So we'll just continuously use the pellets. Once I put this drinker in here, this is sort of like nearly sort of complete, the transformation sort of complete, and I'm only putting the drinkers back in there what they've been used to. I'm not going to worry about automatic ones at the moment. I'll let them have a day, settling down, getting back used to everything, and then tomorrow I'll then put some automatic drinkers in there. And at the moment, that'll do. Just come away, shut the door, and let them get back on. The good thing about today is it's warm out there today, so the worst thing about doing this is when the temperatures outside are really cold. But today perfect conditions to be doing this sort of job. So we just that shed there, we just took the surrounds down and let them have the whole shed, and you can see the size of the shed compared to this one here. So we've let them have the whole shed here, but this one I've let them into the night shelter. It's what we call this, is a night shelter. So it's a run with a roof on it, so they can come out here whatever the weather, not get wet, not worry about them that way. So they've been out for about half an hour. I've been up and down the roads checking them just to make sure they're all right. They seem to be doing all right. The key thing really is to make sure they can go backwards and forwards through the pop hole back into the shed, which it seems to be. But I'm just going to get in there and just sort of like encourage them a little bit more. There's one or two that there, you know, because obviously it's a lot cooler out here than what it is in the run, although the temperatures are still warm, but it's cool for them. So I'm just going to get in there. Oh. Me and these sheds were built for each other. Well, they look all right. No crowding up the corners. They all look all over the floor. So to me, that looks right. They've been feeding. They've already been drinking. Yep, they're good. So we'll just keep the windows open. There's a bit of a wind coming this way, so I've kept these windows this side sort of fairly shut, and I've opened those ones. There's a bit of air coming in that way, but not the wind. So they'll be all right. So we're about, I don't know, an hour after we've let them out now, and we've just come to check all the other ones. They seem to be working, be really happy outside, going backwards and forwards through the pop hole. These seem to be all right. So tomorrow, these will go into the night shelter. Now they're used to the whole shed. Things are at the moment looking okay. So we let these pheasants into the big shed yesterday, and today I've just introduced these automatic drinkers. I've got 4 in here, as you can see. Literally, they've been in here 5 minutes now, and the pheasants in that corner there, they're already inquisitive and they're in there, and you know, they're obviously drinking it a bit. So, but what I will do, I'll leave the old original drinkers, these ones, in here for a couple of days. So until I know, I'm fairly, you know, ever so confident that they are drinking out of the new ones. And once that's happened, I'll take these ones out and just leave the automatic ones in here. But they look quite comfortable. I'm, you know, happy with these. Weather's been really good, very kind when you're doing this sort of job. You know, letting them out into the runs, etc. And birds are looking okay. So we let the birds into the big shed yesterday, and this morning I've let them into the night shelter onto the grass. They love a bit of grass. It's you know, it's good for the birds, and also with the weather conditions, like I say, I mean, today's going to be nice and warm today, so it's perfect situation to be letting these out. It makes the job a lot harder when the temperatures are down and you're letting them into these runs. You know, they huddle up the corners, but today I'm quite confident that the warmth of the day will make this an easy task. So we're here, but I've just got a couple more jobs to do. I'll just come back here and check them just to make sure they are playing nicely, and then we'll move on to another job.